Wow, everything today has been so last minute, but we are now finally calling our Uber and we're on the way to the airport. Somehow, I don't think we're gonna be too late, and we're definitely gonna make it to our plane, so. Everyone outside of Boise says it with a Z sound, like Boise, but you're supposed to say Boise. Today we're probably gonna go hiking around, and there's also this hiking trail that goes through the downtown area, so we're thinking about doing that later in the afternoon. It's actually 40 degrees right now, but it is supposed to heat up to maybe like 60 or something like that, which is very different from Texas. Today is our third day in Boise, and we're gonna go to church with our family today, and then maybe just like chill for the rest of the day, not do anything too crazy. So far, the weather has been really nice. We really like the 50s with the sun. I feel like that's a great temperature for me. Today it's about to be the same. It gets to about 35 at night right now in April, and then during the day it can warm up to anywhere in the 50s to the 60s. If it got to the 70s, it's a little bit more rare for April, but it does happen. They just told us last week that it got it up to the 70s. So I'm very excited about that weather situation, and it's very tempting to want to move here because of it. We're gonna go take a quick drive up to Lomans, but we're just gonna go and just explore some more mountain areas and just see more of what Boise and Idaho has to offer. We are leaving Boise right now, and we're gonna go check out some container home buildings that were built here not too long ago to help with affordable housing. So I'm really excited to go see those, and then we're gonna head to the airport. We are here and we are driving to our Airbnb, and I'm so excited. Every house that we're passing is just like so cute and so adorable, and it's so sunny in Portland right now, which is crazy for April. Actually, it's supposed to be sunny all week, and that's just weird. But there's so many beautiful flowers out, and the trees are starting to bloom. Some trees are still dead, but there's so many flowers coming out, and I'm so excited! disappointed because this wrap has cilantro in it, and cilantro is not my jam. But we're gonna eat it anyway because we're hungry. Hello, good morning. We are headed to Voodoo Donuts. It's a really popular donut place in Portland. And then we are going to go to the big Powell's bookstore and maybe also do some thrift shopping. We are headed downtown Beaverton to check out a grocery store before we head off to the winery. Just like going directly out of downtown, 2 minutes, there's like a ton of trees and it's really beautiful. And this drive is like super nice and we're right next to the city. It's super cool. This is the historic Oregon Derby route. So it's on the way to Multnomah Falls, and there's supposed to be a lot of places that we can pull off on the side of the road and maybe do a little tiny hike or see like a lookout or something like that. Not totally sure. We'll find out. Also, another weird thing about Oregon is that the names of places are not how they should be pronounced at all. Like, we're in this little town called Corbett, but it's spelt like it would either be Corbet or Corbett, not Corbett. That's just a very small example of all the weird names in Oregon, how they just mispronounce everything. This is so beautiful, look at it! And then I look at the picture and I'm like, oh, it's nothing in comparison to what I'm actually seeing and feeling and hearing and smelling. Y'all just have to come here. It's so bright. Oregon parks have been some of the most cleanest public restrooms I've ever seen in a park ever. we're climbing to the top of the falls, and we keep passing people, and they're like, keep going. And I'm like, oh, are we halfway there? And they're like, oh, no. I'm like, okay. We are headed to Tillamook Creamery. They open at 10 and it takes about an hour and a half to drive there, so we're gonna drive there and then we're going to go to Cannon Beach after that, and I'm gonna eat my bagel. It literally only took us less than 30 minutes to drive from the east side of Portland to past Beaverton, which is pretty west, so we're already like about to pass Hillsboro. It's been less than 30 minutes in like semi-rush hour traffic. That's insane. In Dallas, that would take us like, I don't know, 5 miles. I've just been having a good time chatting with store owners downtown. I just go into the store and then I ask them about their collections and, I don't know, the city and things like that. It's been really fun, really nice, kind of refreshing to like basically like meet people, not like friends, but just like meet people and talk to them in the city. It's kind of cool. We're at the airport and we are returning our rental car. We bought it very last minute, so we spent too much money on it, but ultimately it was worth it to have a car. The next time we will just get it ahead of time. It's hot in Oregon and now it is cold in Texas, and I'm a little bit upset about it. I think one thing that was really, really surprising and different, especially coming from Dallas, was the diversity or lack of diversity. Dallas is an extremely diverse city. There are so many people from so many different cultures and parts of the world that come to Dallas. But in Portland, it was very, 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 very white. In Portland, it seemed like there's a lot of difference in white communities versus just Black communities. And there's other communities there as well too. But it seemed like there is a huge history of gentrification that has really, really pushed out low-income communities to the outskirts of town. It's been recent. It's not like, oh, this happened 20, 30 years ago. It's like, no, it happened in the past 10 years that these communities were pushed out. So there's a lot of bitterness still built up from that. It seems like there's a lot of division in communities in Portland. I do think that that will be so different from living in Dallas. Of course, I'll always be here listening and learning. And I don't know if I'm rambling and all of this is bad, but that was just really something I didn't expect at all. Oh, and one more point of something that I found that was really interesting as well is that apparently people in Portland, maybe Oregon in general, I'm not really sure, don't like to call things what they are. So actually I said the word gentrification to a shop owner at one point, and he was like, that's a bad word. Don't say that here. And I was like, oh, I didn't really realize that. And then I talked to a different shop owner at a different time, and I was like, is gentrification a bad word to you? I'm just wondering. And he said that, gentrification is what it is, and people don't like to call things what they are, and it's not a big deal. That's fine. I just thought that was also interesting.